What's going on, Trader Gang? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. We're popping on here live this morning. We're going to trade either gold or US30. We're going to see what possibilities are out there. So if you're on, show some love in the chat. The market's going to open in about 8 minutes, so we got a little bit of time. So we could do a little markup before market opens. So I'm doing a little mic test. Mic test. Mic test. Sounds like we're good. All right. So I'll share my screen. So it looks like on the 5 minute, even right now, we have some rejection here. So, but we got to look at the higher time frame. So originally, yesterday, I had a kind of a trend line right here because we are continuing bearish right now. So we got to see if we're going to continue to push down. I personally think we can push down to 33.20 personally, but we'll see what the market does because it could retrace back up. So we always want to mark up our previous high and lows. So this is the daily. So we're going to mark up previous daily high and low. So here I can't really tell. Maybe if I go to the 4 hour, I can see a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, it has to be like somewhere around right here. So that's the previous day high. Previous day low is exactly where this candle is. So we remove that. Yeah, that looks good. So that's gonna be our previous day low. So and then we always go to the 4 hour here. And then of course just mark that up. So that's a 4 hour demand. And then we have our 4 hour supply zone. So we're sort of in a range here. So we gotta break below it or above it. Because otherwise we're just kind of stuck in this consolidation. So if we see here, there's a little bit of consolidation going on. So also if we do break above this trend line right here, then we're gonna actually switch to buys. And it may try to target these highs right here. So we just gotta look out for that. And then let's go to US30. So then we'll go back to gold, and then we'll mark up London high and low too, because that's going to be important because that's where liquidity can be taken. All right. So previous day highs right here. Previous day low. 4 hour. All right, let me mark up our areas. So 4 hour supply. For our demand. So same thing here. We see a rejection here on the 4 hour, so we could push through and try to push to about 45, 175. So I did mark up these support levels right here because that could push down if it decided to. So you still want to have areas of support. So, but we'll see, because right now, I mean, we have equal highs right here. So we could try to tap into it again, retest it, or we could come up here and then reject and then go down. So, but we just got to wait and see. We got about 4 minutes or 3 minutes till market opens. So, and then since we're here, go on the lower time frame. So already we have a London high right here. So we got London high. Now we got London low all the way down here. So price could easily try to take liquidity and come all the way down here. So that could be a possibility. And then since we had a rejection here on the previous day low, we could easily target the previous day high. It's going to take liquidity. But we just have to wait, because price can literally come up like this and then literally continue down. Because remember, the trend is still bearish. So we got London low. Sorry if I'm coughing. I just got done running. So we got about 15 seconds till market opens. We'll see what happens. So since we have this rejection here, again, we just have to wait. So, because we can continue to push down. Because again, if we look at the trend, so even if it does push up, we could wait for it to take its original direction and target these lows. So it might originally go for a buy and then retrace. All right, market's open. See if we have any news. No news today. I mean, we have FOMC member Bowman speaks, but that's at 11. So nothing really for this morning. So also we're continuing with our opening range strategy. So of course, this is the opening range. We're waiting for the first 15-minute candle to close and see what direction it goes in. So price might come up to London high and then literally just drop. So see, like I said here, I think price has already touched London high. I think price can literally come all the way down to London low and break the previous day low. This looks like a good deal right here. Yeah, because if we took a short right here, stop loss right above, and just target this low right here. Yeah, nice 1 to 3. I don't really want to risk a lot. So I'd probably risk like maybe 2 contracts. 3. I'll risk $100. So like 4 contracts. Yeah, this is too good not to take. I'll take this sell. All right, we're in this sell on US30. His price moves really quick with US30, so let's see. I'm risking 120. Hopefully, it doesn't reverse on me. I'll move my stop loss up just a little bit. All right, so it'd be like a 1 to 2 if it does go in our direction. So, because I know I put my stop loss a little bit higher, so we're risking 142. But I think we're going to be all right. Because again, the trend is still kind of bearish. I could see price coming all the way down to here, or even down here. So I mean, it could bring it down all the way to this London low. That'd be a nice 1 to 3. We'll see how we'll see how it plays out. Dang. That's how you might get stopped out. Dang. Okay. Damn, that was a quick L. Okay. That's all right. We'll try to look for one more entry. So, like I said, gold's going to try to probably push up to this London high and then retrace. So we'll wait for that. I didn't think price was going to push up like that on US30, to be honest. So, but it is what it is. And that was like 2 minutes. I'll be mad if I got stopped out by like one tick. That would suck. All right, what do we lose? So we took a loss of 147. That's crazy. Price, I literally put my stop loss right above here, and I literally tapped it. Oh well. Let's see. We'll wait for gold to take liquidity, and hopefully it'll break. Still have 4 minutes, so the 15-minute candle closes. So on that US30, of course, we didn't follow our strategy on that one. It just looked too good not to take. That's crazy though. Is it really going to push? I mean, I should have seen that because we had a huge rejection right here. So that gives it validation to continue to push to the upside. So, but it was just something about this London high right here where it could have rejected off of it. So we'll see if it pushes to 45, 119, or 120. So even gold has a huge rejection candle as well. But again, we're in this range right now. So we have to break through this trend line right here. We're going to look for buys. So I mean, like that's a good candle right there, but there's no there's a bottom wick there. There's no wick. So if there was, then I would probably give it confirmation that it's going to go up. So I mean, it is going to go up, but I think the most it's going to tap into is here and then reject, or it'll tap into this area right here, the weekly low, which could possibly tap into this trend line right here. We'll see if we have another opportunity for an entry. And yeah, US30 just went off. Yeah, I should have known that. This huge rejection candle right here. And then of course these engulfing candles, that should have been indication for sure. I mean, I could get into this trade right here, but I feel like I'd be chasing it. I feel like it's definitely going to tap into like here at least. So 45,307. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, US30 is gone. So we're just waiting on gold. This has a rejection candle too. All right, 15-minute candle just closed. Yeah, price is rejecting. So just because US30, I feel because of this huge rejection right here, I feel like US30 is going to continue to push up. So, but you always got to look at the higher time frame. So since we pushed above these candles right here, then of course it's gonna validate continuing to push up. So, because if we do look at the overall trend, like, I mean, we're bullish right now. So if I were to put a trend line, so I mean, we have a trend line right here. So if it were to break this trend line, then of course sales would be validated. But I feel like we're gonna try to push for another all-time high here. So because the higher time frame is king. So I think we can continue to push that. This might just be a little pullback. So, but this is also, I just tapped into an area of resistance. So it could be rejecting off of that. And it might create a double top here. So that would be crazy if it came up here and then took liquidity and came all the way down and filled this whole area, took all these out. That would make sense. So we're still waiting on gold here because gold is still in this box. So it's in this range. I think it can still take out London high. Because this was all Asian session right here. So Asian session, we had some higher highs, higher lows, or yeah, higher highs, higher lows, and then London session continued with it, and then of course market opened, well, not market opened, but it started to overlap with New York session and it started to drop, and I think it can come back up, take out London high, and then go down. But if we see anything, we would have to wait for it to break these lows. So this previous day low. So like if I were to follow my opening range strategy, we pulled up. We did slightly break it. So well, we did break it. So this is a pullback, and then you would look for another entry to the upside. So look for another closing candle, and then of course take that. Yeah, see, and even like on here, like I know it's going to continue to go up. So because we broke the London high, like I could easily take a long right here and then target up here. Put my stop loss right at the low of this candle. Be an easy 1 to 4. So, but you got to wait to see if it gets taken out. So I know US30 is going to continue to go up for sure. So we got a little rejection here. I think this is going to continue to take out London high. So even here, if we were to take an entry, We would target the London high. Price would be, or stop loss would be at that candle. That'll be a quick 1 to 5. But you got to be careful because you have support right here. We have a support area right here. And then you have a support area or a resistance area right here. Now support. Let's see. Price respects this level of support. It's gonna tap into that London high. So, but who knows? The way gold does it sometimes, it just consolidates, or once 7 a.m. hits, it just goes. It just pushes in one direction. So, but price looks too good to go up. Yeah, I might have to make one more attempt here on gold. All right, so we're in a buy position. So just because what am I? This is 16, so I'm gonna try to push it down a little bit. So because we have a support area right here, so I'm gonna do it right below that support area. So it'll be a 1 to 3. I don't know. We'll see. I hope it doesn't push to the downside because it's clearly bullish. So, I mean, on the 1 hour here, we have a huge like doji. So, and yeah, the overall trend is actually bearish. So hopefully it doesn't push down. So it might be a counter trend trade on a higher time frame. But we set our trade. We just let it play out. So 23 ticks is my stop loss. So we'll see if we respect it. We'll see if we respect it. So we have to be careful because once that 7 o'clock comes around, it literally just goes in one direction. We'll see. We're only like 4 or 5 ticks away from getting stopped out again. Got stopped out again. Well, that's it. Today's not our day. It's like a $300 loss. Sometimes that's how it be. So it obviously didn't respect this support level. All right, guys. Well, you saw my trades live. You saw we took 2 L's, but that's pretty much it. We got 2 trades that got stopped out, but you know what? We just come back tomorrow and we try to make up that loss. This is like kind of where discipline comes in. You just got to take your L's and then you keep moving. Don't revenge trade. Don't try to make it back. Just you place your trades where you place them. You got to honor that. Just take it on the chin, and tomorrow's another day. So appreciate y'all popping on. I'll probably go live again tomorrow. So what's tomorrow? Yeah, I should be able to go live tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow at 11, but we'll get back on the charts tomorrow morning. I'll do a recap later on video. So stay tuned for that. But hope you guys made some profits. Unlike myself. But stay tuned for the next video, y'all. Have a great day.